mainly in terms of meeting our dry season generation gap. You know, at that point in time, the water level, the inflow of water into the dam is very, very low. And considering the fact that our hydropower system is an ROR, run-of-the-river system, the inflow of water is very, very low. As a result, we suffer significant deficits in power generation. So this 27 megawatts of power supply will help us to at least reduce the gap and help us to stabilize the grade during the crisis. So it is very, very important for us, and we highly applaud the cooperation between us and the Liberian authorities to see this day come together. It's been long coming. We had to readjust the delivery date of this project on so many occasions. But I'm very elated at this point in time to see it come to fruition.
Liberians can't wait to see stable and affordable electricity. Signing these documents is one aspect. When do we see the actualization of your signing of the PPA today?
Actualization?
Of course.
Well, we'll begin to see flow of electricity through the CLSG transmission line December, perhaps December 1. The line will be energized and we'll begin to receive power supply through the system.
What do you think your government will be here today and to reach that far?
Well, it took us a lot of courage. We had to import a lot of efforts to ensure that we map out all of the various synergies between us and Cote d'Ivoire. Tightening all the bolts, you know, and dotting the I's and crossing the T's, connecting the dots, ensuring that when we sign today, and the commercialization takes effect, and we begin to experience the flow of electricity from Cote d'Ivoire to Liberia, and of course we have obligations to also pay our requisite fees for the usage of the land, and we're working on that. We hope that we'll be able to generate the requisite revenue to satisfy our obligations here with CI Energies.
Any specific message for Liberians?
We ask Liberians to accept this project wholeheartedly. We appeal to the conscience of every Liberian to help to ward off poverty, to help to reduce commercial losses. Because the only way the CLSG, our components of the CLSG will become viable is when people pay the electricity bill. So we ask them to stop the power theft, which will help to reduce commercial losses and improve the operational efficiency of the LEC.
Thank you so much, Mr. Minister.
Thank you so much.
It's good having you here today.
Thank you. Thank you.
Are you impressed today to be here?
Absolutely. This has been overdue. I think the Liberian people have been waiting for this to happen, and a lot of people. First question to me is, are we going to suffer this dry season? But I think what we have done here today will mitigate some of the risks that we face in the dry season, and the power from from Cote d'Ivoire should help us in going a long way in addressing our dry season energy deficit. So we are pleased that we have been able to conclude this agreement. It's been a while, but we have put all of the pieces in place, and we're happy that it's now concluded.
What is your institution capacity in terms of manpower and to be able to actually utilize the power from TRANSCO?
Oh, LEC has the competency, all of the core competency we require. We do have them. So I have no doubt about that.
What has it taken you to be here?
Well, this is a commercial agreement. It's not a political agreement. It's not a treaty. It's a commercial agreement. And with commercial agreements, you have to negotiate financial terms. You have to meet conditions precedent, and so putting all of that together to ensure that this commercial arrangement can be implemented where we as Liberia can meet our financial commitments to Cote d'Ivoire. They are not giving us free electricity. Nobody gives you free electricity. And so in order to ensure that what we think we can pay for has been some of the issues we've been working on, and I'm happy that at least we have resolved that major concern.
Liberia is still way to benefit this affordable and stable electricity. But one thing that is key to the survivability of this project is the fight against power theft. Are you prepared to fight power theft?
Oh yes, we're setting up a major task force, and they will begin work immediately upon my return to Monrovia. And we're taking the message to the people. I think our greatest effort that can be made to curtail power theft is community engagement. The people themselves have to get involved, and there's a lot of enthusiasm being shown by our people to get involved, because at the end of the day, they suffer the consequences of power theft when transformers are blown, there's no power, and so forth. So they are stakeholders, they have a skin in the game, and they will join us in working towards reducing power theft significantly.
Anything specific for Liberians?
No, what I want to say to Liberians, this electricity we're going to be getting from Cote d'Ivoire, we have to pay for it. So please do your share and pay for the electricity that LEC will provide you. If we steal the power, we don't pay for it, we won't be able to pay Cote d'Ivoire, and Cote d'Ivoire will cut the line. The message cannot be made any clearer. Please pay for the electricity you consume if you want to continue to get electricity.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Well, and your institution is fully involved with the successfulness of this project. What do you say is it that has motivated you to join this fund?
Well, first of all, I'm here representing the Honorable Minister of Finance and Development Planning at this all-important signing ceremony for the actualization of the CLSG land for Liberia, the power purchase agreement between Cote d'Ivoire and Liberia. I'm very happy, and on behalf of the Minister of Finance and Development Planning, in my capacity as Controller and Accounting General of Liberia, I came to witness because the Ministry of Finance is a major partner to the LEC and the CLSG project. And so we are here to just show our support and our full willingness to work with the team in ensuring that the CLSG project will be fully successful and Liberia will fully benefit. So that's why we are here. We're very happy. I want to thank the Ivorian government for the hospitality they have accorded us so far.
What do you think the government to do this far?
Well, it has been a days of collaboration between Cote d'Ivoire, Liberia, Sierra Leone, and Guinea. And this is actually intended to the West Africa Power Pool to consolidate the energy resources of the sub-region, to pool the energy resources, thereby providing affordable power to the people of the West Africa sub-region. And today is critical. The cooperation between the four countries in the CLSG will lead to eradicating poverty in the region, increasing commercial activities, industrialization. Yeah, and it's very, very critical. It's very, very critical that the people of Liberia take the issue of the availability of power very, very important. The other critical part of this particular CLSG commercialization is the issue of the willingness of the people to pay for the power that they use. We are aware that the Liberian people are willing to pay for power. We call on all of the stakeholders to put in place all of the necessary mechanisms to ensure that the power that's going to be coming from Cote d'Ivoire will be paid for, because that's how it is going to be sustainable, and that's how it's going to be able to go throughout the length and breadth of the country.
One thing that is key is the issue of power theft that many Liberians have spoken about. Is the government prepared to fight power theft?
Yeah, so we call us the citizens to be in the active vanguard of fighting power theft. But with power theft, this project will collapse. If power theft is allowed to continue, the project will not be sustainable. and very soon the power won't be available. So we call on all Liberians to insist on paying for whatever electricity you use. Insist on paying through the right mechanisms, and we call on all of the stakeholders to work together to ensure that there's total eradication of power theft in Liberia.
Thank you so much, sir.
You're welcome.
TRANSCO.
Of course, because this is, as it was said during the meeting, is a very important milestone. And we as the transmission operator, transmission company, we are very glad that now our transmission infrastructures will be used for a very good purpose, meaning to feed the Liberian population in energy. We are very proud of the two countries to get this event happened. So what I can say on behalf of my Director General, that we will do our best to have a reliable infrastructure and to supply, I would say, stable energy to the whole Liberia.
What's your name and position?
I am Etienne Bailly. I am the CLSG transmission project director.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Long awaited, because the Liberians have been waiting patiently. The long awaited resources, energy resource is now available, and we look forward to a better. But we want to call this clear. Power is not free. You use power, you pay for it. If you don't pay for it, you cannot develop. So if everybody uses power free in Liberia, there's no way government can pay for it. Power is the people who use it are the one that pay for it. You understand? You don't expect somebody to pay for you. You burn 1 megawatt of, one kilowatt of power per, something like that. You need to pay for it. I mean, this is something that unfortunately, because when everybody, everywhere you pass, oh, I'm using the line free, oh, this guy is connected free. Let us start what we should all, get up to as Liberian. We should be responsible population for power usage. You use it, you pay for it.
You use it, you pay for it. Thank you so much, Mr. Janga Kowo.